Okay, good morning, everyone. At this time, I'd like to call to order the Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session meeting. Today is December 7, 2021, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Crawley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. For those calling in, please ensure that you muted your phone line by pressing *6. We appreciate your cooperation. Good morning again, everyone. This is one of my favorite times of the year where we get to recognize the Ohio High School Athletic Association, Greater Columbus Sports Commission, and Central Ohio Fall State champions that are going to join us today. Their athletic achievements will be highlighted, but also it's a celebration in honor of them, their hard work, their families, and their accomplishments. So we're so grateful to have with us today our partner in recognizing these young people and their coaches and families, Linda Logan, who is Executive Director of the Columbus Sports Commission. Linda?
Thank you, Commissioner. I also, too, believe that this is one of my favorite times of the year, too, and we see some familiar faces and a lot of new faces. So we're celebrating 4 sports and 7 Central Ohio High School champions. So very excited to get things rolling. As you know, Columbus is a hub of sports, and we are so proud to partner with the Ohio High School Athletic Association. We host 16 championships over the calendar year and the school year, and we couldn't be any prouder to be the host and also to recognize these great champions that are with us today. So again, thank you for partnering with us, and we couldn't do it without the great support of the commissioners and the Franklin County administrators. So thanks again, and I'd like to turn it over to the Ohio High School Athletic Association's Executive Director, Doug Yu.
Hi, Linda, and thank you commissioners. And it's great to see our athletes and our coaches on here today. And we just completed Saturday night our fall championship runs with football at the Hall of Fame in Canton. But I would tell you, as I'm going down through this list, I had a chance to get out to golf and see the wonderful play that went on at Ohio State, North Star, and so excited for our golfers that are here. I remember watching New Albany or the girls come in the last 2 or 3 holes, and the teammates, being good teammates, and some of those things that I saw were just outstanding. And so congratulations to New Albany and for that team championship, and also Columbus Academy. And it was wonderful to see. And then out at OBEX, getting a chance to see Alyssa from Gehanna do so well. And so that was neat to see. And then I did see Watterson in the semifinals at Worthington High School. So I got a chance to see everybody that's here today compete, and we're so excited. And I just wanted to thank those athletes for your work, and especially during these times, to stay safe, both in competition, at practice, and away from practice. So congratulations, and looking forward to a great winter season. So thank you, Linda.
Sure, and again, congratulations to all our athletes, coaches, administrators, families, and friends.
Thank you, Linda, and thank you, Doug, as well. Let's get started. Let's recognize our young people. At this time, I'd like to welcome not only our student-athlete state champions, but also their parents, siblings, grandparents, coaches, athletic directors for joining us today as we come together as a community to recognize your achievements, your accomplishments, and your hard work. We ask that each coach introduce each team member. We ask that each coach introduce each team when called, and each athlete one at a time. Coaches, we also like to hear from the students. So if you have an athlete who wants to say a few words about their season, please have them share a few words with us. It's really the best part of this presentation. Under ordinary circumstances, we'd hear from the seniors about their future plans. So students, please feel free to share where you're headed after high school. With that, let's begin with the New Albany's girls golf champions coach, Ritter.
All right, well, thank you very much. We appreciate the Greater Columbus Sports Commission and Franklin County Commissioners recognizing the team today. This was a special championship for us where the team had been in the lead the first 3 years that we won, and then this past year was trailing fairly significantly after day one and made a great rally to come back and win the championship on day two. So this was a really special championship and a special group, and I was proud to be able to spend time with them and help lead them throughout this season. Team members that are here, we have Ellie McNutt. Ellie's a senior and will be going to Miami University. And then to her right is Lily Canales. Lily is also a senior, is planning to attend Dayton. In the middle of the table back here is Emerson Purcell. Emerson's a sophomore, finished first team All-State at the state championship. To her side is Anna Ritter. Anna is a senior and will be attending and competing for the University of Illinois. To her right is Kari Hollenball. And Kari is also a senior and will be attending and competing at the Ohio State University. And then on the opposite side of the table for me is Anna Kosha. Anna is a junior and will be obviously playing again with us next year. So Anna Ritter and Kari are going to say just a couple of words for you as well.
I'm going to start off by saying thank you to our team, and especially our coach.
We can't hear you. Can you maybe speak up?
You need to speak up.
Yeah.
He's been one of the biggest supporters of our team. He helped us through this postseason when we had a lot of competition. And thank you for having us today.
I just want to say thank you to all my teammates who've been such a great past 4 years, and I wouldn't have wanted to spend it with anyone else. I just want to say thank you to Coach Ritter for guiding us these 4 years and helping us win the state championship, because it was super special this year. And I just want to say thank you to you for having us, and thank you for all the support these past 4 years.
Coach, did we hear that correctly? Are those two young ladies going to be competing against each other next year for the Buckeyes and the?
It would seem that way, yes.
All right, good job, girls.
And they're even sitting next to each other and everything. I mean, it's good team spirit. Good team spirit. You have to wear like a New Albany wristband when you're playing each other, so that you can know that even in the Big Ten competition, you're still a team from your New Albany days. So congratulations to all of you.
Well, those two girls have one more go-around together down in Puerto Rico in April. They'll be playing at the USGA Women's Floorball Championship that they qualified for together.
Is that in San Juan, or where's that at?
Yeah, Sam.
San Juan.
Yep, okay.
It's like
okay.
Rio Grande.
So.
Hey, there is this great taco place Oh, I'm just kidding. Enjoy yourselves. Good luck to you, ladies.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we'll keep it moving. Next, we have the Dublin Jerome High School Girls Division I Golf Champions. And here to lead them away is Coach Charles Butcher and golfer Audrey, I think it's Yu?
Yu, yep, that's correct. First of all, thanks again for recognizing all the athletes. Congratulations to all you guys out there who won a state championship. It's not easy. Missed the days of going down to your office and spending the morning with you guys in person, but we'll get back there soon enough. I'm lucky enough to recognize Audrey Yu today. She was the Ohio Division I state champion, and she was also our league champion, and she was the Central Ohio Player of the Year. She's had a great year. She's pretty much owning we have a pretty strong program. She has eclipsed almost all the records as a junior, so we got a lot more to come. Also a perfect grade point average, so she's great in the classroom as well. So we had a great year. It was fun competing against New Albany. Great group of girls, fun to compete against, but Audrey Yu.
Yeah, so I guess I'd also just like to thank the commissions for having me and recognizing me. And congrats to everyone else here that is being recognized, as well as like the New Albany girls. I had a great season with them, especially playing with Kari throughout the season. I think our team just had a great year, and it was a really great way to end the season. So, yeah.
Outstanding.
Great job.
Good job.
Congratulations once again. Audrey,
Look forward to seeing you back next year.
Audrey,
Sorry.
do you do lessons? Will you do lessons for commissioners? Do any? Because we got a couple commissioners up here who need some lessons, and I understand you're a pretty good golfer. So just think about it. You don't have to answer it now, but it might be a good summer job to think about. I'm just saying.
A vote is enough. A vote.
Well, again, congratulations on your accomplishment. Look forward to what you do next season here in Central House. I'm sure we'll see you back here. Congratulations.
Outstanding. Congratulations.
Great job.
Okay, we'll keep it moving. Next, we have the Columbus Academy Boys Division II golf team. It's no secret there are a lot of proud student athletes here in Franklin County, and it seems like every year the Columbus Academy team is back here. So where's Coach Yaxko?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate the honor to be here. And again, congratulations to all the state champions. It is an effort, hard work, it's a lot of energy from both the coaches' standpoints and players' standpoints. So, job well done. Have with us here today our three co-captains, Didier Reddy, Russell Ahmed, and Jake Stauffer. One of the cool things about our accomplishment this year is this is our 5th title in a row. And I don't think any other boys golf teams in the state of Ohio have accomplished that. So their hard work, their energy, their dedication to each other and to the team certainly has been rewarded these past several years. And it's a compliment to all of them and all that they're awesome students in the classroom as well. And their involvement in activities in our school is fantastic. All that and still be successful. So with that, I will turn it over to them.
Let me walk it over.
Is everybody able to hear us okay? Thumbs up? Okay.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm Russell. I'm a senior. This is my 4th year competing in the state tournament for our school. And this season was definitely very stressful because we had some really great competition in the Kettering Altar boys from Dayton. We were losing by 10 after the first day, and our spirits were kind of low. But I remember going to a high school football game that night and just kind of talking to our AD about how, whatever it's meant to be will just kind of work itself out in the end. And we all went out there on the second day and just tried our best and just had a lot of faith. Spent win was very rewarding. We went through a lot.
Kind of froze up there, but well, they froze up. Coach Yaxko, I don't know if you can hear us, but maybe we'll try to come back and see if it says that your bandwidth is low, so we might be having a bad connection.
Yeah. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, we can hear you. There, that's better.
Yeah. Okay. So did you hear any of Russell
No.
Russell talking at all?
No, I mean a little bit, but then he went out pretty early on.
And yeah, we're struggling. He just complimented everybody here and thanked you guys, and then spoke a little bit about the amount of work and energy and stress that it took for us this year to accomplish our goal, and also to everybody else. So I'll turn it over to Adidia.
First, I just want to say thank you for having us and congratulations to all the other teams that accomplished the state championship this year. As Russell said, I know it takes a crazy amount of work, so that's awesome. I want to say thank you to Coach Yasko and to all the teammates that made this possible. I mean, I was so proud of this team this year coming back from 10 shots down. That was just an incredible feeling. So, yeah, thank you. Good.
All right.
3 for 3. No, the third.
Thank you for having us, and congrats to everyone.
We expect to hear from all three, and yeah, I know these academy guys have to do your junior year speech, so this is nothing. You guys have to speak in front of the whole school, so this shouldn't be anything.
Yeah, that is true. I was the alternate this year. I'm Jake Stoffer. I was one of the co-captains, so I wasn't playing, but I did get to watch all my teammates compete and got to see them all grow as players this season and watch them go out there and take the title home. So that was really amazing to see. And I would like to thank all of you for inviting us back here. And, it's awesome that we got to do this for a 5th year in a row. And I would also like to thank Coach Yasko for his leadership and always supporting our team and being there for us every day.
Congratulations, men and Coach, and thank you so much for representing us once again in the state tournament the way you do. Anybody attending any college? Am I playing in college? What's next for everyone? I knew I was pushing it. The bandwidth there was pushing it. Well, okay. Well, we'll just say again, thanks to the once again to the Columbus Academy boys golf team. Congratulations and good luck to all of you in your next endeavors. We'll keep it moving. Next, we have the the Worthington Christian School Boys Division III golf team, and we're not sure if Coach Burns is on right now. Coach Burns, are you on? Okay, we'll keep moving. If Coach Burns comes on, just pipe in, and we'll let you introduce the team. Next, we have the Gehanna Lincoln High School Girls Division I Cross Country with Coach Ryan Callahan. And Coach Callahan, are you on?
I am.
The floor is yours.
All right. So yeah, we have Alyssa Shope was the Division I girls cross country champion this year. I'm not sure if she is on the meeting right now. She is currently doing the tour of colleges, so she's on her way to the state up north. So she's in a car. She might be here. If she is, Alyssa, if you're here, chime in. But Alyssa entered. This is my first year as the head coach, so I was fortunate to have Alyssa in the program. I coached her in the spring in track, and she followed up state champion. As state champion in the 2-mile and went right into cross country and training. She set our school record. She actually broke her own record 4 times this school year. She's our junior record holder. She's back-to-back OCC district and regional champion, and then finished up the season with a fantastic performance as the D1 state champion down at Obetz. So, and like I said, college is still, she's got a few of them, a couple Big Ten schools, and one other that she's got her sights set on. So hopefully the end of this week, she'll wrap up her tour of colleges and have a decision.
Well, that's outstanding, and again, congratulations. That's definitely always cross country just takes so much grind in you. It's such a tough sport that people don't get to see, a lot, but it's really takes a unique type of person to be able to compete in that kind of way. So congratulations. Please give her our congratulations when you talk to her.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the recognition.
Thanks, Coach. Next, we have Bishop Watterson's High School's girls field hockey team. Joining us today is Coach Janet Baird, maybe? Coach Janet Baird and Director Doug Itkin, I think. I hope I'm just butchering these names today, but Coach Baird?
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having us again. I'm very proud of our back-to-back state champions. 2020 and 2021. They had a mission to leave behind a legacy at their school of not just winning, but of determination and hard work and love of one another, love of the game. So I'm very proud of them, and I will introduce you to our players. We are joined today by our athletic director, Doug Etkin, and one of our assistant coaches, Bella Party. So thank you guys for being here too. We have junior Lily Goodfellow. If you guys would just give a wave. We have senior Fiona Isbell. Senior co-captain Molly Griffith is here. Senior Natalie Wallace. Junior Evelyn O'Reilly. Junior Sophia Schulteis. Junior Ellie Party. Senior co-captain Grace Cantwell. Senior Claire Sugar. Senior co-captain Camille Gregory. Junior Kenzie Jones. Junior Nora Rotz. Junior Meg Newcomb. Sophomore Avery McLean. Sophomore Lily Kuipers. Sophomore Reese Tucker. Freshman Addison Rhino. Sophomore Carly Henry. Sophomore Sophia Ford. Sophomore Mia Peppercorn. And junior Rachel Hora. So those are our young ladies that went through many formidable opponents to get to this point, especially New Albany and Thomas Worthington. So if you know anything about field hockey, that's not an easy feat. So I'll toss it over to our co-captains, ladies.
Hi, thanks again for having us today. It's always so fun to be able to sleep in and come here. And I just wanted to say this season was like so different than what we usually like take on, because usually we're the underdog and like all this stuff, but coming back as like trying to defend the state title, it was just different, but we took it on with like such, like we were just so determined that it was just so fun to see everyone grow. And thanks to my teammates, you guys are the best. Couldn't have asked for a better team. Coach Baird, you're amazing. Best 4 years of my life. And everyone that supported us. And congratulations to everyone else here. It's awesome that you all are here. Yeah, anyone else? Molly, Camille?
Yeah, I'll talk really quick. Like Grace said, congratulations to everyone else here. This is a huge accomplishment. And then thank you to my teammates and Coach Baird. Like Grace said, it's been such a fun past 4 years, especially with 2 state championships under our belt. And then as far as future plans go, I think most of the seniors are still kind of in the college admissions process, deciding where we're going. But I do want to give a shout out to Fiona Isbell, who is playing collegiately at Wittenberg. So yes, thank you again, and congratulations to everyone else.
Hi, I'm Camille, and I wanted to say congrats to all the other teams that made it to states. And I wanted to thank Coach Baird, because she's seriously the best coach ever. And for all of my teammates, we had so much fun this season. And it's so cool that the seniors are able to leave Watterson with leaving a legacy. So I just want to say thank you to everyone, and thank you for having us.
Thank you. I don't know if Athletic Director Doug Etkin wanted to make some comments either. Did Doug?
Just thanks to everybody. Thanks to the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, Franklin County Commissioners for having us. And, you know, I can't say any more than Coach Baird, and so proud of her and our girls and all they've accomplished the last 2 years. So congratulations to everyone here, and thanks again.
Thank you, and congratulations to all the young ladies on that team. What was the record? What was your final record for the season, Coach?
It was 19-0-1. They were actually undefeated. So that was another huge thing. If you know anything about field hockey in Central Ohio, you don't get to that very easily with the academies and the New Albanys and the Worthington. So that was another huge feat for them.
Well, congratulations on that. That is a special thing, and that will live forever. So congratulations to all of you. And then last, but certainly not least, the Grandview Heights High School boys soccer team. Their coach is here with us, Coach James Gertis. And Coach Gertis, are you on?
Yep, I'm right here.
All right, the floor is yours.
Okay, thanks. Well, firstly, thanks very much to the commission. And to echo what other people have said, congratulations to everyone on the call who's made it as state champions. You'll know it's a great feeling, but a lot of suffering and hard work goes into it. From Grandview Heights High School perspective, we're extremely proud of our accomplishment. We're a very small school. We're roughly half the size of the permissible limit for D3 boys soccer. So we're competing against schools twice our size. What's more, we made the very first ever state championship team for Grandview Heights in the 107-year history of our school. So something we're proud of, and we made a little bit of local history. So as you all know, going into a season in order to win the championship, a lot of hard work goes into it. We were no different, starting in June with our two-a-days at 6 a.m. All the way through to November, where we won the championship. Both myself and Coach Jean, who's on the call right now, we're proud of our boys. It was truly a team collective effort this season. There's no individual superstars that stood out above anyone else. So to get 11 students from a very small school to all equally contribute was a pretty, 11 plus the substitutes, was a pretty special accomplishment. So we have three people speak who are our team captains: Joe Kessler, Jack Millette, who recently committed to Adrian College in Michigan to play soccer. And speaking on behalf of the team is our third captain, Connor Hayes. So Connor, over to you.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, this season was definitely a absolute blast, and certainly something we're never going to forget, being able to play at lower.com field. Couldn't have asked for a better group of players and coaches. With the support of our community, it was just really fun. We definitely got closer than we've ever gotten before. Had a strong senior class, but it was really the juniors that helped put everything together and allowed us to make this run like we've never done before.
Yeah, I think you froze up there, Connor. Yeah, Connor, you're frozen. We can't hear you anymore.
Can you hear me now?
Say something.
You're back.
Yeah, we're just not. Their connection is not strong. I'm sure you're saying that it was a good season. You guys worked hard, and congratulating all the team. That's what he's saying, everyone. I'm sure. I'm certain.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Congratulations to the Grandview team.
Anyone else you want to introduce, Coach?
Well, yeah, sure. I know there's a room there at the high school of other students. I'll turn it over to Jack Millette and Joe Kessler. If you guys want to say any words, the other two co-captains of the team. They're probably scrambling around trying to find the unmute button because they weren't expecting to be put on the spotlight.
Give them a few seconds here.
There you go.
All right, there we go.
Sounds like them.
All right, you get extra credit for that on your test there.
You gonna talk?
Oh, I
You gonna talk? Yeah, say something.
Oh, I just want to say on behalf of the whole team that we are very proud to be the first state championship team in the whole history of the school. And we'd like to congratulate the rest of the winners. Good job this season.
And thanks to our coaches.
And thanks to the coaches.
Come on!
Coach, any other comments you want to make?
No, that's it. Thanks very much to the commission. We appreciate being on it, and you all have a great day.
Outstanding. Well, let me open it up to my colleagues, see if they would make remarks, and then I'll close us out if you want. So let's go first.
Well, I say a couple things I usually say every time we do this. We do this 3 times a year for the fall and the winter and the spring sports. And, Commissioner Boyce and I, and maybe Commissioner Crowley, I'm not sure. She's brand new to us, but Commissioner Boyce and I know what it's like to be a part of a state championship team. And the one thing that I always want to make sure that we remind all of the winners, one, congratulations. As all of you have said, there's a huge amount of work that goes into becoming a state champion. But make sure at the end of the day that this isn't the most wonderful accomplishment of your life. You're youngsters now. You're 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old young people. But you need to stay focused. Make sure that this is a springboard or a catalyst to more wonderful things that are going to happen throughout the course of the rest of your life. This state championship shouldn't be the highlight or the pinnacle of your life. This should be the thing that catapults you onto other great things. If it's the highlight of your life, then you're the person that in 30 years looks back and you're just reliving your glory days and that this is the biggest thing that ever happened. And that would be a disservice to all the people that helped you get here. That would be a disservice to your coaches. That would be a disservice to your parents. That would be a disservice to your little brothers and sisters who you've been driving crazy for the last number of months or years while you got to this highlight in your life. And so make sure that this is a catapult to greater things to come. The other thing is look around and think about all the people that have helped you get here. You've done a great job of thanking your coaches, thanking your teachers. Make sure that you thank your mom and dad for getting up and driving you to all those practices, whether it was early in the morning or picking you up late in the evening. Make sure that you thank your siblings that you've been driving crazy over the last many months. Thank the people that helped you get here, because there's a lot of people that sacrificed for you to have this state championship. So make sure you remember to thank all of them.
Yeah, I would just say congratulations again to all of the athletes and the students. I played softball and it wasn't a state championship team, but I know what it's like to go to a school, and at the time we had a state championship football team, and all that goes into the hard work, the dedication, the sacrifice from coaches, parents, especially. I have a child who plays and competes, and it's a sacrifice for parents too. So like Commissioner O'Grady said, remember to thank your parents for, getting you to practice and making it to the games, and some of you probably play club or have one-on-one coaching and lessons, and your parents have been invested in these endeavors and in your future. So remember to thank them. And to the coaches, congratulations and good job. I know everyone should be tremendously proud of themselves for this recognition and being state champion. So as Commissioner O'Grady said, use this as a springboard and leverage this into your next endeavors. And so those who are already committed to college, congratulations, good luck next year as you enter college and college sports. And to those who are looking and trying to decide where to go, you will land exactly where you are supposed to be. So with that, thank you, Commissioner Boyce, for allowing us to say a few words.
Sure, and let me bring it home by just saying, once again, congratulations to the athletes, their parents, their coaches, their friends, and schools for not just your accomplishment, but what you represent. The thing that I will add to the comments, and I will say, competing in sports is something that definitely is a part of my own family construct. Myself, I was a college Division I athlete. My son is he's still a college Division I athlete. And here's what I know about the experience of sports. And I believe deeply that this transfers. the skills that you learn and use and compete with on the field, court, course, or whatever your playing field is, transfer in life. You know, I know that there's not a day that goes by that I don't have to deploy teamwork, hard work, adversity, perseverance, and more importantly, deal with the results of those things, whether it's win or lose. And I can tell you, as a now former athlete, those are very important attributes in life. And I agree with Commissioner O'Grady that, look, don't make it the biggest accomplishment of your life, but use what you learn on the athletic field of play just like you would a degree in a subject matter. Take those experiences and apply them in a way that allows you to be the best person that you can be. Be the best person that you can be. And so with that, I will tell you, if there was an all-county recognition, and maybe that's what we're creating, is that you're all-county, you know, so you can put that on there, on your accomplishments. If there was an all-county, that's what you'd be. And embedded in being recognized as all-county is not simply your athletic accomplishment, but it is what you represent to this community, what you represent in your school, and most importantly, what you represent to you and your family. Congratulations to all of you. For those of you going on to college to compete, good luck to you and Godspeed. And for those of you who are underclassmen, we'll see you next year. Congratulations to all of you, coaches and players. All right.
Thank you all.
Right. All right, to the athletes, you can join us and you can maybe get some, student government credit for watching if you want, but you certainly don't have to stay on the line. So we're going to do our normal business and conduct the business of Franklin County. So with that.
Okay, let me give me a minute.
All right. And then you probably want to mute your phones. Okay. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the November 23rd, 2021 general session, the November 24th, 2021 administrative briefing, the 2022 budget hearings of November 16th, 17th, and the 30th, 2021?
I move that we approve the minutes from November 23rd, November 24th administrative briefing, 2022 budget hearings, and November 16th, 17th, and 30th.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Thank you. Next, first is the auditor.
Resolution number 93321. Resolution authorizing an allocation of the Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Fund to support the Franklin County Property Tax Assistant Program in the amount of $80,000.
Good morning, Commissioners, President Boyce, Commissioner Crowley, Commissioner O'Grady. Thank you for the opportunity to join you today in presentation of this resolution. I'm Michael Spinzano, Franklin County Auditor. I do have to say it was great to see some former coaches and babysitters representing those wonderful and talented athletes in our community. Today's resolution is seeking support for allocating $80,000 to bolster the Property Tax Assistant Program, also known as PTAP, and provide emergency property tax payments to low-income older residents in Franklin County. For PTAP is established to provide emergency one-time payment of property taxes to eligible older residents, those 60 years and older, or those with disabilities with low to moderate income, so 150% of the federal poverty level. PTAP was created in 1987, so it's been around for a while, and it used to exist as a fund within the Columbus Foundation with the purpose of providing that one-time relief. Unfortunately, it's always been limited by available resources, usually receiving small private donations. PTAP exists as a partnership between county offices, the auditor, treasurer, COAAA, Office of Aging, and newly Veteran Services, as well as local service providers, Catholic Social Services, Concord Counseling Services, Clintonville Beachwald Community Resource Center, St. Stephen's Community House, and Sanitary. The bulk of the fund available now, so just under $30,000, was a one-time distribution directly related to a court settlement and a judge at the time who wished to support the program. Unfortunately, for much of the history, PTAP has operated with only a few $1,000s available for awards at any time. So in June 2019, for example, the minutes reflects a balance of $5,809.13 in the accounts. Though a small program, this emergency funding can be the difference between someone maintaining their home versus facing foreclosure or forgoing other essentials. In 2017, analysis found that the housing burden for older residents was at an all-time high, including in our Columbus, Ohio metropolitan area, with 24% of homeowners experiencing housing cost burdens. This request for $80,000 would allow reimbursement of up to $20,000 of PTAP awards for each of the next 4 property tax billing cycles. Once PTAP determines the award applicants, payment flows directly from the Columbus Foundation to the county treasurer. As the administrating office of this fund, the auditor's office will reimburse PTAP for such payments to supplement what can be awarded. Funds are only paid directly to the county treasurer for property tax purposes and are never paid directly to the applicant. This does qualify as an appropriate use of American Rescue Plan Act funds, which include in their purpose support the households impacted by COVID-19, an assumption that addressing poor quality housing or low income or minority zones are eligible uses. Administered through the Columbus Foundation, historically, again, only private funds have been used in minimum awards. Unfortunately, the most recent cycle saw a nearly 10-fold increase in applicants to more than 200, showing the importance of short-term support and long-term planning to align the resources we need. While PTAP has been able to always help funds since 1987, the available funds have never met demand. Between 1987 and 2019, 590 applicants resulted in 205 awards totaling $67,000, an average of just $2,095 in amount awarded, and only averaging 6 applicants per year. In contrast to that number, in the summer of 2020, our application window alone saw almost 300 applicants applying. Since 2019, when the auditor's office took over additional administrative responsibility, we've seen firsthand the gap between need and available resources. DTAP board requested the auditor's office start administering the program to help make the distribution of applicants a little easier, and our role in maintaining the tax duplicate and lacking any potential conflict held by levying authorities or other government offices. We do consider it our responsibility to increase knowledge of the PTAP program such that any awards can be equitably distributed, but it continues as we make more awareness of the program, we get more needs. So we do appreciate, as the auditor's office, working with the PTAP volunteer board. A single award we know prevents a homeowner from entering delinquency, contributing to housing stability. Applicants who are not awarded are still referred to other social services and support opportunities which contribute and provide for opportunity to age in place or making needed household plans. We are currently have an open window for PTAP applications. December 20th is the deadline to apply for the January 2020 award. With that commitment, we have had an historic opportunity to recover more quickly and more equitably than any other time in our history. So really want to appreciate the opportunity to present the resolution, seek the commissioner's support, and while I know all of you have been wonderful champions of PTAP, also special thanks to Commissioner Crowley for her partnership and the opportunity to bend her ear multiple times about this important. With that, happy to answer any questions, again, asking for your support of the resolution.
Thank you. Any comments? I do. I just want to say thank you, Mr. Auditor, for bringing this to us when we had our ARPA public hearing. We know that during the pandemic, that families have needed a lot of support and continued support. And I think we have, the conversation usually is around rent and utility assistance for renters, but we know that our aging population continues to need support during the pandemic. So I appreciate you bringing or coming to give testimony in front of the commissioners and continuing to advocate on behalf of our neighbors in Franklin County and making sure that they can reside in their home and not have this barrier in front of them as they try to survive the pandemic like the rest of us. So with that, if there are no additional comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 0933-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 933-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Auditor. Next is the engineer. We have a public hearing. Can the clerk please read the public hearing notice?
Establishing, altering, and widening of Morse Road, County Road Number 17, from Johnstown Road, US 62, to Reynoldsburg, New Albany Road, County Road Number 6, Plain Township and Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Okay, I'd like to open up the public hearing for the resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience who'd like to speak to this public hearing at this time? We have no speaker slips, so seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 93421, establishing, altering, and widening of Morse Road, County Road Number 17, from Johnstown Road, US 62, to Reynoldsburg, New Albany Road, County Road Number 6, Plain Township and Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. My name is Fritz Crozier, Chief Deputy of Engineering for County Engineer Cornell Robertson. Commissioners, on November 9th, 2021, the Board adopted a resolution declaring necessary the Morse Road from Johnstown Road to Reynoldsburg, New Albany Road Improvement Project. And on November 30th, 2021, the Board of Commissioners viewed said improvement. This resolution authorizes the engineer to prepare plans as necessary for the construction of this project and represents the second step in the legislative process. This project is located in northeast Franklin County in the cities of Columbus, New Albany, and Gehanna, as well as Jefferson and Plain Townships. This is a Franklin County transportation improvement project which seeks to improve Morse Road and will include road widening and rehabilitation, drainage improvements, and pedestrian facility upgrades. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
Hearing no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 934-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 93421 has been adopted. Resolution number 93521, Mead and Hunt Incorporated Consulting Engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County Engineer by providing preliminary engineering design services for the Frank Road 7.31 over Early Run, FRA-CR 125-7.31 Improvement Project, Franklin Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $154,049.
Commissioners, as referenced, this resolution seeks approval of a contract with Mead and Hunt, Inc., consulting engineers to assist the Franklin County Engineer by providing preliminary engineering design services for the Frank Road over Early Run Bridge Improvement Project. This project is located in southwest Franklin County and Franklin Township and seeks to reconstruct an existing bridge structure. Mead and Hunt was chosen via the engineer's qualifications-based selection process. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 935-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 93521 has been adopted. Resolution number 93621, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Engineer to modify and renew a contract with MP Dory Company for the 2022 Franklin County Traffic Signal Maintenance Program in the amount of $724,358.55.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks to authorize a contract modification with MP Dory Company for the 2021 Franklin County Traffic Signal Maintenance Program in the amount of $132,000. This resolution also renews the contract with MP Dory Company for the 2022 Franklin County Traffic Signal Maintenance Program in the amount of $592,358.55. The contract allows for a maximum of 2 one-year extensions with the agreement of both the contractor and the county engineer, and this is the second renewal of the contract. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 936-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 93621 has been adopted. Resolution number 93721, resolution approving site construction plans for the courtyards on Riverside Phase 2 and 3, Perry Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this resolution authorizes plan approval for the Courtyards on Riverside Phases 2 and 3 subdivision. This development is located in northwest Franklin County in Perry Township on the east side of Riverside Drive between West Case Road and State Route 161. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
Hearing no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 937-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 937-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 938-21. The Franklin County Engineer is authorized to use county forces during 2022 for maintenance and repair projects involving county roads and bridges within limits established by the Ohio Revised Code.
Commissioners, as mentioned, this is an annual resolution seeking authorization to utilize county forces to maintain and repair roads, bridges, and culverts for the 2022 calendar year. Ohio Revised Code has established maximum cost estimates of $30,516 per mile for roadway improvements and $101,702 for bridge and culvert improvements. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, move to approve Resolution 938-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 938-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the treasurer.
Resolution number 939-21. Resolution authorizing a contract with Mapsys, Inc. to provide requested support and maintenance to the Franklin County Treasurer Application, FCTS, in the amount of $95,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Juliet Collins, and I'm the Budget and Purchase Coordinator for the Franklin County Treasurer. The Franklin County Treasurer's Office is entering a contract with Mapsys Incorporated to provide requested support and maintenance to the Franklin County Treasurer Application, we call FAX, in the amount of $95,000 for a duration of 6 months. Mapsys Incorporated is a Franklin County headquartered and state term schedule vendor, Ohio term schedule number 534409-1. The Franklin County Treasurer's Office manages the main operations of this agency within FAX and ensures advancing technology is properly planned for, managed, and utilized for the benefit of the county by continuing to enhance the main application, which is FAX. The total cost of the county shall not exceed $95,000. Barring any questions, we respectfully ask for your approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Hearing none, I move to approve Resolution 939-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 939-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Franklin County Data Center.
Resolution number 940-21. Resolution authorizing a service agreement with AT&T for managed Wi-Fi services in the amount of $62,160.
Good morning, Commissioners. Julie Lesk with the Franklin County Data Center. I apologize that Data Center CIO Adam Frumkin was not able to join the meeting today as he is at the Sheriff's Office conducting emotional intelligence training with a group of their supervisors. This agreement with AT&T extends current public Wi-Fi services for 7 county buildings. This is a continuation of current services with no change to scope or price. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
Thank you. Hearing no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 940-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 940-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 941-21. Resolution authorizing a contract with Intellinetics Incorporated to complete a statement of work for the Franklin County Treasurer e-form application in the amount of $3,380.
Thank you. And this contract is with Intellinetics, a Franklin County technology vendor who holds a state of Ohio contract for the services being performed. Included is an evaluation of the treasurer's current e-form application and processes and the development of a statement of work and cost to increase functionality and efficiency. The The contract price includes a negotiated 50% discount, and should we move forward with the services proposed in this SOW, all costs will be applied to the new contract. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
Thank you. Hearing no questions, I move to approve Resolution 941-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crowley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 941-21 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next is Economic Development Planning.
Resolution number 942-21. Resolution authorizing the First Amendment to Resolution number 291-20 with the Central Ohio Community Land Trust Corporation to conduct affordable housing development activities on behalf of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners in the amount of $4,750,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Emmanuel Torres, Assistant Director of Economic Development and Planning. Can everyone hear me fine?
Yes.
Great, great. Well, we have two resolutions that are tied to one another, but this first resolution is to consider a First Amendment to the grant agreement with Central Ohio Community Land Trust Corporation, which was approved by Resolution 0291-20 on April 28th of 2020 to conduct affordable housing development activities on behalf of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners. The Central Ohio Community Land Trust Corporation, or the COCLT, is a nonprofit subsidiary of the Central Ohio Community Improvement Corporation, which serves as the Franklin County Land Bank. The COCLT was established in 2019 to administer a countywide community land trust and to act as a developer, developing vacant and abandoned properties, expanding affordable housing opportunities for Franklin County residents. For reasons related to the COVID-19 pandemic, the COCLT has requested to amend the original agreement to, number one, increase the total grant funds from $2,375,000 to $4,750,000. Number two, increasing the total number of affordable housing units to be constructed from 20 up to 30 total number of units. And finally, to extend certain deadlines, including the end date of the agreement. The amended agreement will run from its original start date of January 1st of 2020 to the extended date of December 31st, 2022. In attendance today, representing the Central Ohio Community Land Trust Corporation, we have Hope Paxton, who's the VP of Programs and Housing, and also Curtis Williams, who's the President and CEO, who would be able to respond to any questions regarding this fantastic initiative. Pending any questions, staff respectfully requests the approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments, or is Hope
Yeah.
going to speak? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I definitely have some questions. But I don't know, was Curtis going to speak? I thought you were
Yes, sir.
introducing him to speak.
Yeah, he's on.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners and members of the administration. Good to see you. It's been a while. First of all, I'd like to thank you for your support of COSIC and the Land Trust. If you remember back in 2019, we started this from scratch. And since then, we have built and sold 40 homes to middle-class folks in the Columbus and in the city of Columbus. We worked in all neighborhoods. And this particular agreement, modified agreement, will allow us to do homes in Franklin County. The demand is high, the demand is great, and we have been trying to serve people for a while, and folks are loving our homes. They're loving the fact that they're affordable and will stay affordable. We are, with this particular agreement and the other agreement, if you don't mind me speaking in advance, we're going to be able to serve a lot of people in Franklin County outside the city of Columbus. We currently have 7 homes under construction in Urban Crest, 8 homes under construction in Whitehall. And next year, 2022, we expect to have probably another 30 or so, if not more, under construction. We're going to be working in Mifflin Township, Prairie Township, and Clinton Township to provide affordable homes. One of the greatest things about this is really not the construction of the homes. It's seeing the joy in the faces of the people who buy the homes. These folks would not otherwise be able to afford a home, especially in this climate where housing costs are high, land is scarce and expensive. The joy of seeing a 21-year-old couple buy a home and get excited about it. The joy of seeing a veteran buy a home and get excited about it. That makes this all worthwhile. And I will thank you again for your support of creating the land trust and also supporting it to the degree that you have. We are really, really proud to be a part of this engine. When we started, obviously, we were nowhere, right? But since then, we have become the largest land trust in Ohio. And we are getting national attention. You are getting national attention for the combination of a land trust and a land bank. Folks are paying attention. We're getting calls all the time and invitations to talk about the great support of our community in this issue that everyone's facing. So thank you once again, and I certainly appreciate your assistance in this effort.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Let me start with administration. Where are the additional funds coming from? What kind of funds are these?
President Boyce, Commissioner.
Sir, I don't have an answer to that question immediately, but this is, I believe, the original funds were allocated from the conveyance fees on the original agreement from 2020. But I will confirm if in fact the additional funds on this amendment are to be coming from that same source.
President Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, Commissioner Crawley. These funds should in fact be general fund dollars derived from revenues within the Housing Magnet Fund, or those proceeds of the conveyance fee that is collected.
Because that's an important point. So the funds are, these are the magnet fund fees.
Conveyance fee
Yeah, which are the conveyance fee increase that we did last time. And then, and you're essentially doubling the allocation here, correct?
That's correct.
And so what, I would like a little more description on how the funds are used as it relates to those affordable or those market rate houses that are being developed. So is it mostly in the down payment assistance for the construction? Is it mostly in the acquisition, or how are those funds mostly used for those families? That's probably a question for Mr. Williams.
I could address that. So that's a very good question. What we've experienced because of COVID-19 is an increase in pricing of materials. And so we have, the dollars will be used to build the homes, hire a builder to build the homes. And so that's mainly where it's going to go. And it's also going to help fill the gap between the cost of the homes and what a person can afford. So initially, the agreement was for just that, to fill a gap between the cost of the house and what someone can afford. But now, because of the increasing in cost, and also because of the demand, we needed a little bit more cushion to be able to have an impact. So the increasing funds will allow us to do that.
Okay. And then, is that hold same for the second resolution too? Ken, is it the same funds?
Yes.
And why are there two exact same resolutions? Like, what's the difference between the two?
The reason for that Commissioner. And we will speak to that as we get a little deeper into the description on the second resolution. There are additional practices that the COCLT Corporation has decided to take on effectively to behave as their own developer, thereby foregoing certain developer fees that could amount up to roughly 10% of project costs, and applying those fees to upfront pre-construction type of activities and remedying sites, which is where the additional dollars are going to be useful on more of the upfront costs for development.
In addition, when we started the trust, we were sort of buying into a product and the cost of those products that some of our partners had already developed, nonprofit developers and for-profit developers as well. And what we've learned in having a middle person, developer, if you will, that developer rightly so deserves a developer fee. But if you consider the fact that we're in this space to develop affordable housing, and when you've got a middle person and you've got another developer in the middle between us, the home buyer, and their cost are added to the cost of a home. So in a sense, you've got a big developer fee adding to the affordability factor of a home. We felt that if we had our ability to have our capital to spend on the development, on the construction side, that will make the house more affordable and thereby giving people the greater opportunity to buy the homes. And we could do more homes. So that's pretty much the mindset behind this particular resolution. We feel that if we can build a fund for development financing, we can build more homes, we can probably build them quicker, and we could build them at less cost. So that's sort of where we're headed in trying to create a construction financing fund.
Okay. Two final questions, and this one is for the administration. One, so is this a budget increase ongoing, or is this one-time budget increase?
President.
It's a one-time.
President Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, Commissioner Crawley, this is a one-time initiative that working with the land trust. Not to say that they won't in future years, depending upon the availability of funds, bring forth similar proposals. This is one of many strategies that under your leadership, when the conveyance fee was created, set up with the objective of creating a minimum of 200 units per year for 10 years. So we use the magnet fund, which we seek proposals to take advantage of low-income tax credits along with other capital stack dollars that can be put together by developers that put out proposals, along with working in partnership with the Central Ohio Land Trust.
Okay.
So this is one of multiple strategies that the Department of Economic Development and Planning and County Administration is looking at to bring forth affordable housing proposals to create additional units.
Okay.
You know, given the community has identified 54,000 units, we're looking at every strategy that we can bring to bear to create as many additional affordable housing units in the community as possible.
Absolutely, absolutely, and all the more reason to look at, ways to sustain the effort beyond. But I think I get what you're saying, that, next year we'll just consider either this or some other possibility, but as long as it's around affordable housing development, then that's makes sense. My final question, and this is for you, Mr. Williams, where do people go to sign up? How do you find the people that qualify for the house? Can you tell the public where they should go to?
Yes, sir, be glad to do that. The easiest way to connect with us is our website, coclt.org. We are wanting and have been doing promotional notices by radio. We have participated in a number of events. So we believe the more we do that, the more we can get the word out. But the easiest and the quickest is to call, to look at our website, coclt.org. There's a ton of information out there. And if anyone, when they go to the website, if the question isn't answered, there's a number of phone numbers that they can call and connect directly to one of our team members.
Outstanding. I'm going to ask Ross to develop something for our Board of Commissioners social media and website. We really got to make sure that as many people as possible have access to these type of programs and make sure that we're promoting it. You know, we know it'll be competitive. We know there'll be a lot of people interested, but we want to give everybody a fair shot, and that promotion is critical so that folks know that they're working hard to help strengthen our families and help folks build wealth and acquire assets. And housing meets a lot of our challenges and issues in our blueprint. So thank you for the work. And I have any more questions?
I do have one question for Mr. Williams. So, for instance, the 8 homes that are being built in Whitehall, say you have more applicants who qualify, who may meet all of the requirements on whatever checklist, credit score, if some need some down payment assistance, they have everything in line. How do you select the families for those 8 homes, being that you might have double that who meet the criteria?
Well, that's a great question, Commissioner Crawler. We have experienced a lot of interest in our properties, in our homes rather, and I can let Mrs. Paxson answer the question more directly. But we do have a process in place. We just instituted because there's such high demand that we used to go first come, first serve, but we now have went to a system that will sort of like a lottery system, right? Once you're qualified, you go into a hopper, if you will, and we have someone to pull a name out, and then there's order for people that here's a first choice, second, and third. And so we felt that was absolutely necessary because we want to give everyone a fair chance if they qualify to buy one of our homes. And we think that's the fairest way to go, and so far it's worked out well. Hope, do you want to add anything to that?
It's just a real simple philosophy of whoever would like it to have an opportunity to buy a trust home should be given the chance to do so. Our community outreach plans coincide with each project development that we're doing to make sure that we're reaching everyone that's already living in the areas that we're going to be building new homes on land bank lots. So the home buyer selection drawing process is very simple. Everyone understands it. It's very transparent. And people understand that there's more people than there are homes coming online, but they also know that a drawing selection process will give them an equal opportunity to participate. So we're excited. So Whitehall's drawing actually took place due to our construction schedule. So for the 8 homes, we had over, I believe, 40 people participate in the drawing. So now we're going through the drawing based on the number to go through everyone as quickly as possible to identify the homeowners for the 8 houses that will be available in early spring. And with this type of process, it allows us to just have these, what we call queues for every project development that we're working on, so we can continue to advertise the entire time. And people understand as it gets closer, they'll be notified and can participate through the process.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, if there are no additional questions or comments, I move to approve Resolution 94221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 94221 has been adopted. Resolution number 94321. Resolution authorizing an economic development agreement with the Central Ohio Land Trust Corporation to conduct affordable housing development activities on behalf of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners in the amount of $2,625,000.
Again, Commissioners, thank you. And this resolution, as just mentioned, is to consider authorization for an economic development agreement with Central Ohio Community Land Trust Corporation to conduct affordable housing development activities on behalf of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners. As we mentioned earlier, the CLCLT is a nonprofit subsidiary of the Central Ohio Community Improvement Corporation, serving as the Franklin County Land Bank. The CLCLT desires to continue to support the economic development goals of the county by engaging in the reclamation, rehabilitation, and reutilization of vacant, abandoned real properties to promote the development of affordable housing in Franklin County. CLCLT further desires to support these goals by continuing the administration of the Columbus Land Trust Affordable Housing Construction Fund to facilitate efficient financing for the construction of affordable housing units in Franklin County. This agreement would allow the CLCLT to make affordable housing development project investments, such as pre-construction contracting work, as necessary to accomplish the objectives set out in the Economic Development Agreement adopted by Resolution Number 029120 and further described in the Franklin County Affordable Housing Implementation Framework. This agreement will grant the CLCLT $2,625,000 to accomplish these goals, and the term of the agreement will run from January 1st of 2022 through the end of the year, December 31st, 2022. In attendance, still with us, Hope Paxson, VP of Program Housing, and Curtis Williams, President and CEO. And we've covered a lot of the dynamics and details on this already, but if you have any further questions, I'm sure they'll be happy to respond to those. Pending any questions, we respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
All right. Well, if there are no additional comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 94321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 94321 has been adopted. Resolution
Thank you.
number 94421. Resolution to adjust the boundaries of the City of Columbus and the City of Grandview Heights, case number ANX-44-21.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning. This resolution is to consider the boundary adjustment of 0.5 acres from the City of Columbus to the City of Grandview Heights. The petition was filed by both the City of Columbus and the City of Grandview Heights to adjust the 0.5 acres of public road right-of-way of West 3rd Avenue between Oakland, North Star Avenue, and Fairview Avenue. The resolution will adjust the boundaries between the two jurisdictions in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 709.37. The City of Columbus passed ordinance number 2691-2021 on November 1st, 2021, agreeing to transfer the 0.5 acres to the City of Grandview Heights, and the City of Grandview Heights passed ordinance number 2021-23 on November 1st, 2021, agreeing to accept the transfer of land from the City of Columbus. Both ordinances were certified by the Franklin County Commissioners for further proceedings in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 709.37. Petitioning municipalities have met all statutory requirements outlined in, again, Section 709.37 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
Great. Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 94421.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 94421 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Jobs and Family Services.
Resolution number 94521. Resolution approving a subaward agreement with the National African American Male Wellness Agency for Youth Mentoring Services in the amount of $175,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Assistant Director. The Family Stabilization Unit is a pilot program established last year that works across local government agencies to help Black boys and their families successfully navigate the challenges of the human services system. While our specialists made a point to develop genuine relationships with the boys and their families, their partnership with the National African American Male Wellness Agency allows FSU to connect them with additional one-on-one mentoring. Once mentoring is identified as a need after assessing the family, our FSU specialists make a warm handoff to a professional mentor in the Boys to Men program. These positive male role models offer academic assistance, leadership development, career coaching, and more. Last year, FSU referred 50 young men between the ages of 11 and 17 to the program and look to expand to 75 referrals this year. This resolution supports goal number 11 of your Rise Together blueprint, and pending any questions, I request your approval.
I just want to be clear, so this is this coming through FSU to go to the, why'd you say FSU to?
Commissioner, so this program actually the participants are coming through FSU. They're being served and provided case management. The agreement is for the African American Wellness Initiative Boys to Men program, who are providing one-on-one mentoring. Is that helpful?
I think I understand what you're saying. Okay, all right.
So the resolution is for the agreement with the African American Male Wellness Agency.
Okay.
President Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady. President Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, Commissioner Crowley. Yeah, through this Boys to Men program, FSU in a sense will be providing a referral for up to 75 young men to receive mentoring services. So the African American Male Wellness Initiative will be a partner in assisting FSU to provide an estimated 75 young men the mentoring services.
Okay.
All right. If there are no additional questions, I move to approve Resolution 94521.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 94521 has been adopted. Resolution number 94621. Resolution approving a contract with Advocacy and Communication Solutions, LLC, for consultation services to support the integration of Board of Commissioners Health and Human Services agencies in the amount of $270,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services for Franklin County. Commissioners, we know that racism is a root cause of poverty constricted with economic mobility and health disparities. These disparities are further exacerbated by siloed human service systems. We saw that during the Poverty Blueprint Plan. We have different agencies administering a myriad of local, state, and federal assistance programs, which are very transactional, each with a complex and varying eligibility criteria. This becomes very burdensome, not just for our families, our residents, but also our staff in order to navigate. The Rise Together Blueprint, Reduce Poverty in Franklin County, calls for increased alignment of health and human service agencies to achieve its express goals and action steps. As you all remember, with the over 200 conversations that we had with residents in homeless camps, the jail system, our seniors, and others in Franklin County. Last year, we saw additional public input. We would use a human-centric approach to put out a questionnaire, and that reached over 90,000 residents with any one of our health and human service agencies. That included Job and Family Services, Office on Aging, Child Support Enforcement, Justice Policy and Programs, and asked them about the challenges they face in navigating our systems. Nearly a quarter indicated they interacted with more than one agency at a time. 1 in 6, which is 16%, stated they interacted with more than 2 agencies at a time. We are talking about hundreds and thousands of residents interacting with multiple systems at one time. With this data, we begin reimagining what a more streamlined service model designed to meet the needs of individuals and families could look like. At that time, we engaged a partnership with Advocacy Communication Solutions, or ACS, to come in and to assist. This resolution will approve a contract with ACS to provide consultation services to support the alignment of the Department of Job and Family Services, Child Support Enforcement Agency, Office on Aging, Justice Policy and Programs, to create a more holistic, person-centered service model. The phase one of this anticipated multi-project will focus on 7 strategies. I can send those to you for the sake of time. The consultant contract will be funded with general funds in the amount of $270 for the time period of December 1st, 2021 through November 30th, 2022. The contract includes options to extend the agreement by 3 additional 12-month terms. Commissioners, I would like to just use a practical scenario during the Poverty Blueprint Plan as again, using a human-centric approach and talking to our residents. We have residents who engage in one of our systems, and many times we find they have to engage in another one of our systems, and it's very cumbersome in order to navigate those systems. If within our own human service agencies, we are not informed of the myriad of services that we each provide. This is to provide continuity. This is to decrease the burdensome. This is to provide a new human service model to this community that will assist them from navigating from agency to agency. If there are any questions, I would ask your approval of this resolution.
I just want to clarify, you said in your testimony $270, it's $270,000.
$70,000, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I'll just add too, so you're saying, I understand the alignment strategy of those particular areas, and those definitely fit with our value set. But you had a 3-year annual renewal. A, is it in the same amount each year? And B, do you think that work could take 4 years?
Commissioner, because we're trying to, and I'm going to use the scenario of the Titanic. This has never been done before. You have a very large job and family services, you have child support, you have justice policy and programs. In order to develop the continuity that needs to be developed, this is going to take more than 1 year. I anticipate this will take at least 3 years. We have to look at technology, we have to look at our business processes, we have to look at our staff, forecasting what we need today and what we need in the future. So this will probably most likely take more than a year in order to get done. Unfortunately, I do not know if it's going to be an additional $270,000 next year or $120,000 next year. But I will let you know that it's going to take more than 1 year because we've been operating the system for years.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting response because, that makes this $1 million contract essentially. And, well, I can't think of anything more important to do in terms of alignment. I'm going to be watching closely for the results of that. And, I don't know what that'll mean. Is it, I love the idea that, and I think you're heading in the right direction. I love the idea that, I hate the term one-stop shop. However, when people interact with the county, it's possible they need 5 different services that are in 5 different departments.
Right. And
to be able to either go through one portal, one case manager, one system, can make all the difference. If as you're a single mom and you work in 2 jobs, you may not have time to navigate 3 or 4 different agencies over the course of a week or whatever. And so I'm eager to see that. Years ago, we did when I was at City of Columbus on City Council, we did the 311 model, which I liked because it just kept it simple. You dial 311, you figure out what do I need, and there was somebody on the other end that could help guide you to the resources. So I don't know that I understand where you're going with this in terms of what the expectation is, but I'll be eager to see that, and it definitely makes sense to do this. And I would just challenge the administration to think about how we can align that experience for all of our agencies, where there is synergy between 2 or 3 different departments, that when you interact with Franklin County, you have someone on the other end that wants to get you to the right services, and you don't have to spend half a day navigating 373 South High Street or calling Commissioner O'Grady or Boyce or Crawley to try to help work around or work in with the system. And so I'm eager to see the results of this. I think it should be a part. I think we should be doing this kind of alignment across the board. And I can actually think of one or two other agencies that might also fit in that conversation. They may not be under your particular area, but I like the thinking, so.
So Commissioner, if I may, just really quick, as you know that, due to the restrictions with the data exchange, there are certain restrictions that, if I interact with child support or if I interact with Job and Family Services, that we are not allowed to exchange data. So I'm asking you the same questions every time you interface with each of these agencies. And practically, that doesn't make sense. Because if you interact with one of our agencies, we should be able to pull up the fact that we shouldn't have to ask you again what your address, what your name is, how many people are in your household. We're really trying to break down that barrier in this process as well, working with our state and federal partners. That's going to play a big role in this.
Thank you for saying that, Deputy Administrator, but one of the departments I was thinking that was kind of missing in that conversation is public policy, and being able to take where those either Ohio Revised Code issues are, or rules, or whatever, and take those to our legislators to make them aware of the things that make it difficult for families to navigate our system. And even at the federal government, we've got friendly congresspeople who can help us with this. And so when I was thinking of departments that may be missing in that conversation, it is that public policy. I don't know if Lauren's not in the room, but I'm sure she's watching. I know Eric is here. I mean, that's the type of thing that can often be overlooked. And Commissioner Crawley served in the legislature, but when I was in the legislature, and the county would come over and would expose this. I mean, I know Commissioner Gray did a couple times. Would say, "Hey, here's where you're jamming us up." It was very helpful because oftentimes the state legislators they don't know whatever the bill is that is on their radar screen. There may be a tunnel vision on what that is. And they may not be able to see the opportunities to correct some things unless you got a call, when I was in legislature, from O'Grady or somebody, but somehow working at public policy piece in this conversation is critical to the points that you just raised.
Right. And moving past, you said, you don't know exactly where we're going. For years, we've operated in a very transactional model, meaning you give me your documents, I give you the thing that you're eligible for. What we're trying to get to is looking at you as a person, not a widget. So training our staff to have a more human service science approach, understanding that if I go to child support to pay my child support, I should be asking questions. Are you food insecure? No matter what door you walk in, it should be the same, I'm going to say cheeseburger without lettuce, in whatever door you walk in. But we have to do it a lot differently the way we're doing it because we're dealing with human beings.
Yeah, I don't have a problem, but I think where you're going is perfect. I just think that, again, I challenge administration to think holistically of the county and where we can be thorough like that in every corner of our work.
Absolutely.
And really equip our legislators with the right resources to understand county government in a way that helps impact lives. So, so I think you're onto something. I'm not sure I like the cost. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and think about the end result of being able to impact people better and serve people better. So, I like where you're headed with this.
Thank you.
So I do have a question, and it's a follow-up to what President Boyce was just asking about this contract, because on here in the supplemental information, it talks about 2022 to 2026, and there is a breakdown from Advocacy and Community Solutions, the phase 1, year 1, I guess deliverables, phase 2, year 2, deliverables, phase 3, year 3 and 4, and deliverables. So I know you said that you're not sure how much it would cost in the additional years if there was an extension, but based on this information provided by Advocacy and Community Solutions, why wouldn't there be at least some kind of forecast on cost for phase 2 and phase 3 so we could have an idea?
So in the spirit of honesty, Commissioner, I'm not comfortable with using those numbers right now because they have not gone in and assessed and gotten into the weeds of what really is needed and what is not needed. I know they did a very broad assessment of what they expect to do in phase 2 and phase 3, and I do understand that those numbers, that proposal was there, but I was hoping to have another conversation with them by the end of this year to get something more concrete after we've had more meetings with our directors. If you would like, if that is the approach that you would like for me to go on, we can adopt it. We can move forward and just say that's the dollars we're going to need. But I'm not for sure if that's really needed and necessary right now.
Well, no, I'm not, I wouldn't ask you to
Yeah.
adopt $270,000 for year 2 or year 3 and
Yeah.
4, because the deliverables are different, so it could be more or less, but I'm saying for the consultant, they could not give you a forecast based on what they put in this document, what that cost might be. Now, and have a contract for 4 years or for 3 years with a possible extension. And I guess if an amendment is needed based on the phase-in, that would be one thing versus like kind of leaving it open, knowing that you have, based on the proposal, a 4-year implementation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and really the reason is because they don't know what the deliverables are, because they really don't know what the scope is. They really need to get in there and see if there's a way that we could, I will get back with you with more information on what you're requesting.
Commissioner
Deputy
I was gonna
Crowley.
say, I'm a little concerned.
Deputy County Administrator.
Please.
Vivian, Scarlett Boulder and Mike McCaman, who are the subcontractors on this, or basically the contractors, they are available and on the call this morning for any questions or that you may have. So I can ask Scarlett.
Can you ask Mike to talk about the deliverables and why we did it that way?
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Mike?
Okay.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Everybody hear me all right?
Good
Yes.
morning.
Okay, good. All right, good morning, everybody. Yeah, so Mike McCammon, I'm partnering with Clarity Solutions Group, partnering subcontracting to Scarlett with Advocacy Communications. So Scarlett, jump in here as well. But the idea is, the idea of why, kind of beyond this first year is a little unknown, is because we're gonna take an approach where we're gonna go in and partnering with the various agencies, talking to agencies, talking to leadership levels, line staff, clients, kind of start by taking a holistic stock of what do all the programs and services look like today? Who are we serving? Where's the overlap? Where are the pain points? Where are the challenges and opportunities? We want to, this project, we want to do this in a way that we're not coming in necessarily with a presupposed agenda of, hey, this is the way it needs to look like when we're done. We want to do this with the people that agencies are serving, not necessarily 2 or 4. And so we're going to take a first step as being just, what's the current landscape of all of the programs and services in health and human services for the county? Second would be, let's do some visioning and design of what do we want that to look like as an end goal? What do we want the experience and interaction to look like for Franklin County residents as they interact with one or more of these agencies and programs and services? And then with that gap between, what does today look like and what do we want the future state to look like, we're going to develop a roadmap, and that's going to involve, process changes, could involve, organizational changes, could involve technology, policy, all of that. We don't know exactly what that will be yet, and so that's going to be the primary deliverable of year 1, is going to be setting up that roadmap to go from where we are today to where we want to be. After that, we'll have a much better idea of what will be in scope for the future phases of implementing that change. Scarlett, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, thanks, Mike, and thank you, Commissioners and Director Bivens. I think the most critical piece to add to Mike's commentary is that majority of the times when entities have attempted to streamline services among Health and Human Services agencies or multiple agencies just in general, there's usually just a singular, usually a technology-based solution that's presented. And as Mike indicated, the approach that we know works is a holistic approach to look at, yes, of course, technology, back-end operations. How can we better connect the agencies that we're attempting to streamline? Then the next step or layer, it's not sequential, perfectly sequential, would be what kind of communication is going on, not only across leadership, but across key staff, and frankly, client engagement of those agencies. Then what are the policies, procedures, and way of doing business that can be streamlined and better organized in a way that improves the previous two areas. And so all of those things have to be done. We actually did take a deep dive, myself and Mike, along with Bart and the director, into those subsequent years to try and figure out what those prices would be, but also what the deliverables, the specific deliverables would be attached to that broader number. And we couldn't in good conscience say, this is exactly what's going to happen, because at this point we don't know what the back end streamlining would look like, what the communication or policy recommendations would look like. Do Mike and I have a pretty good idea of what it could be? Absolutely. But from our experience, not only with other governments, not only locally, but statewide and across the country, is that you really need to do a deep dive landscape assessment before you can legitimately talk about the costs for subsequent years, and more importantly, tying those costs to deliverables. That's what we were very intentional about in this year one proposal, that you know exactly what you're getting for those dollars and exactly what deliverables we can turn around to you in just about 12 months, hopefully, to say this is what we've produced, and also combined with that, this is what you will see in the subsequent years. I think our firm and our work with Franklin County in the past, we have been very laser-like focused on presenting a scope, presenting a suggested compensation, but more importantly, what is the return on investment for these dollars that are committed to the project. So we could do that with great confidence in year one, and that was sort of the challenge on years 2, 3, and 4. We could do a ballpark, but we couldn't yet attach deliverables to that budget in as a detailed as a way as we were all comfortable with. So we said, let's start with year one so we can be just as focused on that detail for the subsequent years after that first year is completed. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Director.
Well, I appreciate, and I know you want to add some comments, Administrator Wilson. I just want to say, I guess I'm just I'm thrown off, not necessarily confused. I'm thrown off since the project scope of work and detailed year one budget and deliverables says that, but then it has 2022, 2026 scope of work, and then has it detailed. But if you're like, you don't really know until you do this deep dive, then I would just say that this document that was prepared isn't or can't be completely accurate at this particular point in time, because phase 2 and phase 3, or year 2 and 3, may be different based on year 1 and doing this deep dive.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I'm just going by the document that's right in front of me.
And I apologize, I don't have that document, so I
Oh, okay.
apologize. So,
you don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay, so I'm looking at.
No, so,
President.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
President Boyce, Commissioner O'Crady, Commissioner Crawley, I understand exactly what's being stated here. When you do look at phase 1, which will run through the end of November of next year, you're looking at the review of the organizational activities, the review of the organizational structure that's been discussed, and reviewing the organizational capacity. And the two consultants here are going to go into the weeds of the agency and extract all of this information, and it is hourly oriented. And I think where we got to advance to when we get to phase 2 and 3, and as a board, I know you would challenge the administration and the Department of Job and Family Services in working with ACS and CS is we need to move towards fixed cost deliverables once we have gone through this assessment phase. And that's when the agencies has to work with those things that we need to accomplish and have fixed cost deliverables.
Right.
Right now, this is really, all of this assessment is hourly driven. And it's cost times hour. In order to move into phase 2 and phase 3, we should have, based on everything that's stated here, Deputy Administrator Bivens and her team working along with Scarlett and Mike should be able to move towards fixed cost deliverables as we advance. Is the way I assess where we should be going.
I get that.
Okay.
Thank you.
So do you want me, just for guidance, boss, how would you like for me to proceed so that, we want us to make sure that because some of these deliverables they may not even cost us money, it's just things we may have to do.
This was based upon all of the time went into it, all of the assessment of the agencies involved. And it makes sense that it's hourly driven to work through this first year. I don't think we should change course there. But to give the Board of Commissioners the predictability of what the future look like, years 2, 3, and 4, I think we got to move towards a more fixed cost structure for deliverables, because then you know what needs to be done and how much it costs. And again, that it's still going to be people being paid to do work, but you're moving towards more certainty by having a fixed cost structure.
Okay.
And I would just add that, that's financial prudence. I just feel like, having a kind of an open end, you see it, contract that says $270,000, and you look at it, it's more like $1 million. And that's kind of how we, I think, get cycled in on a number of things. And the other part about it is I'm always skeptical to commit to years outside of the current year. I mean, I know sometimes a lot of things have multiple layers to it, years, but there's no guarantee the same commission will exist a year from now. And and so I could get hit by a bus next week. God forbid, not going to live for that. But the point being that you can't commit future BOCs to priorities. That being said, I also understand that's how big projects like this work. It takes time to do it right, and I want to be careful. I'm okay with not just creating some arbitrary number and saying, all right, it's whatever per year, because that's not the right way to do it either. So I think and I don't know if we need to amend this resolution. I wouldn't go that far, but there needs to be a way that we can sort of red flag these contracts to watch, so that we won't remember a year from now this conversation. We've done 10,000 things since, and so I want to make sure that when this resolution is brought next year, that we have received that data assessment, that we know what that is, and that we've gotten up to some point. And I'm not gonna lie, I will not remember a year from now this conversation. It'll come back to me as we get into it. But and so it's up to you all, the administration, to ensure that the commissioners are up to speed on the data that's collected, where we're headed, and where we're going, and that we sort of reconcile this contract as we go with the things that you just suggested, Administrator.
So President Boyce, going forward, we can do the amendment if that's what you would like, for the sake of the poverty blueprint plan. And I'm going to stay here in complete honesty. I don't know how much this is going to cost, because again, we're talking about a lot of agencies and trying to do the thing that we said we would do. You know what I mean? And I don't know what all that's going to take. So it could be $1 million. Unfortunately, I can't predict that right now. So I humbly ask the board, what do you feel comfortable with? Do you want to amend it? Or do you want
I don't. I defer to my colleagues here, but I don't feel like there's a need to amendment. I just, with what my stated request is, which is, before we cycle up for two, that there really has been a deliberate effort to present the data that's been collected so that we can understand what the next phase is like, and then look at it, I think, to the administrator's point, with the fixed numbers to really understand what we're budgeting. And you know what, you're right, it might cost $1 million, and it might be worth that in terms of the work that we're trying to do and have an impact. So it's not about, per se, what the number is.
Okay.
It jumped out to me when I saw the extensions. But that might be just what it is. So, I think just red flag this so that we know we come back some point next year with the presentation about what was collected, what that looks like, and where we're headed, and that, as opposed to just get the resolution for the next re-up.
Yeah, I think we should do updates intermittently between the next year, Scarlett and Mike, so that we can keep them abreast on our findings so that they're prepared.
Yeah, I would just say, as I said, I was concerned, but concerned to the part about, just the extensions for the 3 optional extensions, and we don't have any. I would like fixed costs. I think we should have a better understanding of what we will be getting, what the deliverables are. I get it, the first year, it is a evaluation, assessment of assets, so I get that, but I am concerned about just the optional 3-year extension with the contract being as is right now, so.
Okay.
Thank you. If there are no additional comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 94621.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley? Yes. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 94621 has been adopted. Resolution number 94721. Resolution approving subaward agreements with multiple community agencies for the Franklin County Comprehensive Case Management and Employment Program Services for in-school youth in the amount of $4,350,000.
Commissioners, the Comprehensive Case Management and Employment Program branded in Franklin County as the Achieve More and Prosper Program, or AMP, promotes academic and employment success by reducing barriers and providing opportunities for secondary and post-secondary education, training, and credentials that lead to employment. The program blends both TANF and the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act funds to cover year-round services and programming, including supporting high school completion or GED attainment, career exploration and work experiences, vocational and occupational skills training, supportive services, and follow-up services. In 2019, our agency, with the Workforce Development Board of Central Ohio, released a joint RFP. 4 agencies were awarded contracts to serve in-school youth. They included the Columbus Literacy Council, Impact Community Action, Lead the Way Academy, and St. Stephen's Community House. Combined, the 4 providers will serve an estimated 980 youth in this 3rd year. This resolution aligns with the Rise Together Blueprint Goal number 11, and pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
Hearing no questions, I move to approve Resolution 94721.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 94721 has been adopted. Resolution number 94821. Resolution approving subaward agreements with the Academy for Urban Scholars, Eckerd Youth Alternatives Incorporated, and Impact Community Action for the Franklin County Comprehensive Case Management and Employment Program Services for out-of-school youth in the amount of $2,952,000.
This resolution will approve subaward agreements with the Academy for Urban Scholars, Eckerd Youth Alternatives, and Impact Community Action for the year-round AMP program for out-of-school youth ages 16 to 24. The out-of-school AMP program promotes academic and employment success, again, by reducing barriers and providing opportunities for secondary and post-secondary education, training, and credentials. The services include credit recovery and GED programs, vocational and occupational skills training, job placement assistance, and supportive and follow-up services. The 3 providers will serve in Any questions? We request your approval of this resolution.
We lost you at 3 providers. You said the
Did
3.
you?
Yeah, it froze up at
Okay.
the word 3 providers.
Okay, 3 providers. So basically, they will serve an estimated 650 out-of-school youth through September of 2022. And pending any questions, I request your approval.
Hearing no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 94821.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 94821 has been adopted. Resolution number 94921, resolution approving subaward agreements with the Center for Healthy Families Incorporated and City Year Columbus for youth programming in the amount of $397,593.92.
Commissioners, the Center for Healthy Families has provided coaching and support to more than 2,000 teen families in Franklin County to move toward economic self-sufficiency since 2009. Our agency has funded their Parent Education Support Group, a community and school-based program for teen mothers and fathers, for the past 8 years. The program, which is offered at Briggs, Independence, Walnut Ridge, and West High Schools, as well as the Life Skills Columbus Southeast, provides teams with individualized planning with the goals of delivering healthy babies, increasing knowledge of safe sleep practices, delaying subsequent pregnancies, and helping teens to make the successful transition to parenthood while also completing their high school education. Under this agreement, the center will assist 80 eligible pregnant and parenting teens. Through their whole school, whole child program, City Year, highly trained AmeriCorps members provide students with individualized support and interventions to help struggling students to stay on track with their peers. The AmeriCorps members do everything from welcoming students to class each morning, leading small group tutoring sessions, providing individualized mentoring, and leading after-school programming. During this award period, City Year will serve an estimated 560 students in grades 3 through 8 at Trevitt Elementary and Champion Middle Schools. And pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 94921.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain?
Resolution number 949 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention. Resolution number 95021, resolution approving contracts with the Deaf Services Center Incorporated and Hands-On Central Ohio for Title 20 Social Services in the amount of $489,994.82.
The Title 20 Social Services Program are intended to enable residents to improve self-sufficiency, support independent living, and strengthen family life. Our agency is responsible for administering the Title 20 Block Grant funds locally via contracting for necessary services. We are proposing contracts with Deaf Services Center to provide case management, interpretation, and sign language for approximately 142 low-income deaf or hearing impaired residents. The hands-on agreement will provide information and referral services 24/7 across Franklin County. Last year, the hands-on line received over 80,000 calls. And pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 95021.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 95021 has been adopted. Resolution number 95121, resolution approving a contract agreement with Dress for Success Columbus for workplace suiting services and programming in the amount of $95,000.
Commissioners, women referred to Dress for Success are able to access professional development training, soft skills workshops, one-on-one career counseling, interviewing training, and more through the Dress for Success Career Center. Women are paired with a professional stylist who help them select professional outfits, accessories, personal care products, and more from the suiting boutique so that they can look and feel their very best for their upcoming interview. During the last contract period, due to the COVID-19 health emergency, Dress for Success adjusted its practices and provided in-person suiting while maintaining social distancing protocols and utilizing a virtual platform for women to offer monthly workshops. Although the crisis presented more obstacles for women to obtain and maintain employment, Dress for Success was able to successfully provide workplace suiting and programming for over 468 women. Under this new agreement, Dress for Success will increase the use of their mobile career center to meet people where they are in the community with the goal of serving an estimated 475 TANF eligible women. This resolution supports goal number 4 of your Rise Together blueprint, and pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 95121.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 95121 has been adopted. Resolution number 95221. Resolution approving subaward agreements with multiple community agencies for Franklin County out-of-school time youth programs in the amount of $2,865,528.33.
Commissioners, in June, our agency released a new request for proposals for innovative out-of-school time youth programming that covered both traditional after-school and summer camp programming. A total of 24 community agencies responded to the RFP. 21 agencies were recommended for funding, and you approved 17 during your last session. This resolution covers the remaining 4 of those 21 community organizations. The after-school program coincides with the 2021-22 academic school year and operates Monday through Friday for an average of 15 hours per week. The summer learning program, which operates Monday through Friday for a minimum of 6 hours per day for a period of 8 weeks, beginning in June and ending in August. Combined, these 4 providers will serve approximately 630 youth in after-school programming and over 400 youth in summer learning programs. All combined, the 21 providers will serve nearly 2,000 youth in after-school programs and upwards of 1,800 youth in the summer camp programs. This resolution aligns with the Rise Together Blueprint goal number 11, and pending any questions, we request your approval.
Thank you. Hearing no questions, I move to approve Resolution 95221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 95221 has been adopted. Resolution number 95321. Resolution approving subaward agreements with Action for Children, Goodwill Industries of Central Ohio Incorporated, and Jewish Family Services for services targeting child support obligors in the amount of $204,376.37.
For the past 7 years, we have partnered with child support enforcement through the Compass and Catalyst programs. The Catalyst program targets unemployed obligors who have received a new child support order, while the Compass program provides obligors facing civil contempt charges for failure to meet payments with intervention services in lieu of jail time. Both programs, which are administered by Goodwill and Jewish Family Services, provide individualized career planning in addition to job search, placement, and retention services. Whereas those programs target obligors facing new orders for civil contempt charges, Action for Children's Journey program aims to engage non-custodial parents earlier in the process before an order is established. Participants are assigned an advocate for case management, support to establish paternity, and provide consistent financial support, and training to develop strong relationships with their children and overcome life barriers. Together, the providers will target approximately 110 child support obligors. This suite of programs supports goal number 4 of the Rise Together Blueprint. And pending any questions, we request your approval.
You said 110 participants among the 3 organizations total? For
Yes,
each, oh, okay. All right.
that is the total number that will be served.
Okay. Thank you. If there are no questions or comments, I move to approve Resolution 95321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 95321 has been adopted. Resolution number 95421. Resolution adding COVID-19 recovery funding to the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services Prevention, Retention, and Contingency Plus Rental Assistance Program to prevent evictions resulting from the public health emergency, an increase of $1,500,000.
And I think we're down to our final 2 commissioners. Back in May of last year, you allocated $1.5 million in CARES Act funds to expand our prevention, retention, and contingency program and allow for us to provide rental assistance to more families. We created the PRC Plus Rental Assistance Program to serve families up to 300% of the federal poverty level who would otherwise not qualify for our standard PRC program. Since this past August, when the federal eviction moratorium lapsed, rental assistance requests have increased by nearly 70% compared to the same time in 2020. This resolution would allocate an additional $1.5 million in American Rescue Plan Act funds and expand the scope of the program to align with our PRC Emergency Rental Assistance Program, which we launched this past summer. These new provisions would provide the flexibility to cover up to 100% of delinquent rent costs, as well as up to 3 months of prospective rent and help with utilities. The changes will go into effect with your approval, and the program will remain effective through December of 2024 or until the funding is no longer available. A reminder that families must have at least 1 minor child or have a pregnant person in the household in order to qualify. There are no changes to the application process for families. They are still able to apply using our universal PRC application, and they can access that as well as the step-by-step instructions by visiting our website at jfs.franklincountyOhio.gov/PRC. Pending any questions, we request your approval.
If there are no questions, I move to approve Resolution 95421.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 95421 has been adopted. Resolution number 95521. Resolution increasing funding for the Prevention, Retention, and Contingency Emergency Rental Assistance Program in response to the ongoing rental crisis resulting from the COVID-19 public health emergency, an increase of $1,514,362.50.
Commissioners, we stood up our PRC Emergency Rental Assistance Program back in June. This expanded program provides us with the flexibility to cover the cost of arrearages beyond those originally covered by the current PRC programs, as well as provide prospective assistance for up to 3 months of rent. You originally allocated $1.5 million in U.S. Department of Treasury Emergency Rental Assistance funds to support the program, and then authorized an additional $1.5 million in September. However, the need has persisted. Through October, we have already approved over $2.3 million in rental assistance to support families, to support nearly 900 families and help them stay in their homes. This resolution allocates an additional over 1.5 million in ERA funds to support the program, bringing the total allocation to over 4.5 million. This allocation is the final balance of the county's ERA 1 funding. Again, for residents, there is a universal application for all rental assistance program, and they can apply for rental assistance at jfs.franklincounty.ohio.gov/PRC. Pending any questions, we request your approval.
Thank you. There are no comments or questions. I move to approve Resolution 95521.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 95521 has been adopted.
Thank you so much, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you. Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 95621. Resolution authorizing a consultant contract with Christopher Menapace for the purposes of providing subject matter expertise, evidence-based practices, and coordination of grant-funded projects in the amount of $35,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Commission. This resolution is presented to the Board of Commissioners for approval of consultant contract in the amount of $35,000 with Christopher Menapace for the provision of subject matter expertise, evidence-based practices, and coordination of grant-funded projects. Specifically, Mr. Menapace will lend his experience and knowledge from working on the front lines of the addiction public health crisis in Franklin County to several grant projects managed by the Franklin County Office of Justice Policy and Programs. Mr. Menapace retired from the Whitehall Division of Fire in February 2021 as the Assistant Chief, where he served as the project coordinator for the nationally recognized Safe Stations program. Additionally, Mr. Menapace will assist OJPP in modifying and implementing evidence-based programs, tracking information for federal performance reports, and procure partnerships needed to fulfill project goals and objectives. This contract is for the period beginning October 1, 2021 through September 30th of 2022, and will be supported with grant funding from several projects. Please note the purchase order proof reflects the portion of the contract that we anticipate that will be liquidated during the CY 2021 calendar year. Pending any questions, we would seek authorization of this resolution.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 95621.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 95621 has been adopted. Resolution number 95721. Resolution authorizing a professional service contract with Hubert Hayes for peer support and case management services through the FY 2020 Comprehensive Opioid Stimulant and Substance Abuse Program Grant Program in the amount of $17,000.
Thank you. This resolution is presented before the Board of Commissioners today for Mr. Hubert Hayes in the amount of $17,000. Mr. Hayes will provide peer support services to justice-involved individuals assessed as high risk for opioid-related overdose and/or diagnosed with a co-occurring disorder involving opiates. Mr. Hayes will provide peer support to individuals visiting the Rapid Resource Center and/or individuals receiving medication-assisted treatment prior to their release from Franklin County Correction Center 2. The use of peer support specialists to work with justice-involved population diagnosed with a mental health and/or a co-occurring disorder is quickly becoming an industry best practice. Peer supporters provide advocacy, emotional and motivational support, resource information, at times even transportation assistance. Where able, OJPP peer support specialists will be linked with participants immediately prior to release from FCC2 to ensure a warm handoff and establishment of rapport. Mr. Hayes brings a wealth of experience to his role as a peer individual, including his personal lived experience. Ohio MOS Peer Recovery Supporter Certification, Chemical Dependency Counselor Assistant Certification, and a certification in the Screening, Brief Intervention, and Referral to Treatment tool, as well as Motivational Interviewing Certification. Mr. Hayes is additionally in the process of obtaining a degree in social work with a focus on addiction studies at Columbus State Community College. We believe Mr. Hayes will be an asset to our cadre of peer support specialists working with justice-involved populations screened as at risk for the opioid use disorder. Pending any questions, we would seek approval of this resolution.
Thank you. Hearing no questions, I move to approve Resolution 95721.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 95721 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, too. Sanitary engineers.
Resolution number 95821. Resolution authorizing a final contract modification with Granite Inliner LLC to close out the Sanitary District 4 Sewer Point Repairs and Lining Project, a decrease of $138,036.57 to $2,318,808.43.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ryan Stowe with the Sanitary Engineer. Sanitary Engineer is requesting the authorization of a final contract modification with Granite Inliner LLC to officially close out our Sanitary District 4 Sewer Point Repairs and Lining Project. The Board of Commissioners contracted with Granite Inliner via Resolution 918-19 to provide labor, material, and equipment to perform point repairs and/or line-selected sewer mains in our Sanitary District 4 located in Prairie Township. In total, 19,925 linear feet of sanitary sewer mains ranging from 8 inches to 27 inches in diameter were lined, and 23 open-cut point repairs were completed. Throughout the course of the work, Granite Inliner conducted themselves in a very professional manner, resulting in a successful project that came in under budget at $138,036.57. Sanitary Engineer is highly satisfied with the project and wishes at this time to formally close out the project with a final contract modification, reflecting the new contract value of $2,318,808.43. Pending any questions or comments, I request the passage of this resolution.
Thank you. If there are no questions, I move to approve Resolution 95821.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 95821 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. PFM.
Resolution number 95921. Resolution authorizing the county administrator to execute a modification to the contract agreement with Ohio Steel Industries Incorporated to perform additional structural steel steel activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Corrections Center Continuation Phase 2A in the amount of the contract not to exceed $52,376, and authorizing the county administrator to approve and execute additional minor modifications to the contract agreement in the amount of $1,477,376.
Good morning, Commissioners. Darla Reardon, Director of Public Facilities Management. In December of 2020, Ohio Steel Industries, Inc. was awarded a contract agreement to perform structural steel activities associated with the construction of the continuation phase of the new Franklin County Correction Center. This resolution authorizes a modification of the contract agreement with Ohio Steel to perform additional structural steel activities such as with tubes, angles, bar joist, and metal decking. Pending any questions, PFM respectfully requests your approval of this contract modification with Ohio Steel Industries, Inc.
Thank you. If there are no questions, I move to approve Resolution 95921.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 95921 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Next is purchasing.
Resolution number 96021. Resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $5,600,945.83.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Ballinier, Director of Purchasing, presenting with Marlise Ryan, Economic Equity Administrator in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Commissioners, we have for your consideration this week the final PO resolution of 2021. Agencies will be using these POs to make final payments anticipated prior to the end of this fiscal year. The resolution requests your approval of 247 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding. And Marlise has the small and emerging business enterprise PO data for you. Good morning, Marlise.
Good morning, Megan, and good morning, Commissioners. We have for your approval 25 out of 40 eligible purchase orders that are being presented to award to 6 minority business enterprise, 13 women business enterprise, 5 small and emerging business enterprises, and 1 veteran business enterprise, totaling $694,054.93, which compares to 63% of the eligible purchase value and 97% of the eligible purchase dollar value. The following agencies have increased supplier diversity of goods and services within Franklin County: Public Facilities Management, the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Jobs and Family Services, Auditor's Office, Data Center, Court of Common Pleas, Sheriff's Office, and the Engineer's Office.
Thank you. Pending any questions, Commissioners, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
There are no questions. I move to approve Resolution 960-21.
Second?
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 960-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank
Happy
you.
holidays.
Same to you. Next is the Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 961-21. Resolution authorizing the county administrator to enter into a real estate purchase agreement with Ohio Performance Academy Incorporated, doing business as Northland Performing Arts Center, for the purchase of the property located at 4411 Tamarack Boulevard, Columbus, Ohio, 43229, being Unit 100 of the VVJCP condominium, and authorizing the county administrator to take additional actions necessary to effectuate the purchase, not inconsistent with this resolution, in the amount of $2,050,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy County Administrator. This resolution authorizes the execution of the attached real estate purchase agreement. This property is on Tamarack Boulevard and is adjacent to the existing County Job and Family Services building, and includes a performing arts auditorium and exhibition hall for a total of about 30,000 square feet. This is the last section of the former Northland Mall that is still standing. This would further cement the county's space in the vibrant Northland community. As you know, we have the animal shelter, the Board of Elections, JFS out in that community, and would allow access for county government functions. We've already included and used that space for various meetings and employee recognition ceremonies, and would allow the access to that space. We expect to be in front of you, Commissioners, next week for a recommended agreement with Harmony Project to be the site manager, to ensure that that site, in addition to county access, would remain accessible to the community for performing arts and access to local nonprofits and others for meeting space and performing space. I would like to thank Jesse Armstrong and Robin Moorhead in the prosecutor's office who've done extensive work on this project, as well as Darla Reardon, Director of Public Facilities Management. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have about this resolution.
Hearing no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 961-21.
Did we have a speaker slip, though?
That's correct,
Oh.
Commissioner. We do have a
I
speaker.
thought it was on
sorry.
962. I'm sorry.
Sorry. There is speakers.
Maybe I wrote it down wrong.
We do have a speaker slip that was submitted, Commissioners. It's
By
for
Robin.
Rhonda Barber, and she would like to speak on this resolution. So before they ask their question, I just want to read the rules briefly. Speakers will limit their remarks to 3 minutes. The speakers may only speak on the general session items. Remarks may not contain obscenity, commercial advertising, defamation, or slander, nor will speakers conduct themselves in the violation of the disorderly conduct or disturbing a public meeting provision of the Ohio Revised Code. All comments will be directed to the Board of Commissioners, and permission to speak may be denied or terminated if remarks are disrespectful, antagonistic. General session is not an adversarial proceeding. So, Ms. Barber, please speak clearly so we can hear you, and I will begin your time once you unmute yourself.
Good morning. My name is Rhonda Barber, and I'm a vendor with Franklin County. A question that I have is, what are vendors to expect when Franklin County procures goods and services from them? Right now, there's a pattern of slow payments, and when you call about those late payments, you get rude, condescending, and insensitive staff. Franklin County needs to be intentional in processing and paying invoices, particularly during a global pandemic, especially when business isn't conducted as usual. Small, particularly Black-owned businesses, shouldn't be floating the county credit for more than 30 days. If there are practices, policies, procedures, and personnel that hamper or hinder Black businesses from getting paid in a timely manner, those issues need to be revisited and resolved. Thank you.
Commissioners and Ms. Barber, if I could initially respond, I would be happy to meet with you personally, and I know the county administrator would as well. I absolutely agree with everything you just said, and that should not happen. And I would look forward, and if you are willing to do so, would look forward to scheduling an appointment as soon as we can this week to be able to address those concerns, find out what occurred, and ensure that that does not happen in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Barber.
This is 961, right? I got thrown off by her comments, okay. I do want to say something here. This is the purchase of the performing arts.
That's correct.
Theater.
That is correct.
The one thing I want to say here is that this is a real opportunity and a unique opportunity. The creative economy in Central Ohio is a real facet of our economic strength, and arts and culture are very much becoming a part of the illustration of the best of Central Ohio. What I'm excited about this project why I'm excited about this project is because the idea that we can get back to community theater types of possibilities. I grew up on the east side of Columbus, east and north side of Columbus, and I remember an organization called Center Stage. And Center Stage was a community theater group that every year would put on plays, maybe dance performances, and different arts and cultural events that many times folks in the community that I lived in, that was our only chance to see live theater. That was our only chance to see different genres of art, of dance form. And so, when the Lincoln Theater came online, it created a new possibility for that. And that's exciting, but then that's in one part of town. Now this is in another part of town, the northern side of Central Ohio. And I really am hopeful to see more community theater like scenarios and opportunities play out, give our young people a chance to engage in be exposed to different kinds of artistic possibilities that perhaps they don't have in their community or their neighborhood. And so this is really, and then there's the financial prudence of this. I mean, this is a very strategic and important part of the Franklin County ecosystem of facilities and services and all those things. And when you're making, I'm saying this to the public, when you're making decisions to purchase property like that, it's key because it allows us to control the property site for other services and resources. I don't know what that site will look like 10 years from now, what the need will be for Franklin County 10 years from now. But owning land in an area that is a footprint of existing facilities in Franklin County is a crucial part of ensuring that we have the ability that as Franklin County grows, as a geographic region, our county resources can keep up with those services and needs. And so I see this as prudent on two fronts. Financially, I think it's a great asset, but also socially, I really think that it's an investment in our creative economy that is vastly becoming a part of our way of life here. It's something that defines a Central High experience. So very supportive of the resolution.
A couple thoughts. First, Deputy Administrator Long, thank you for addressing Ms. Barber's issues. Appreciate you doing that. Secondly, anytime we have the ability to add to our inventory in a smart way, as Commissioner Boyce has indicated, our inventory of lands and buildings and facilities that makes a lot of good sense, I think is an asset and a smart move. And then anytime we have the ability to invest in, as Commissioner Boyce indicates, the creative community, the arts community, I think is also a great idea. And then for us to be able to partner with a community asset like the Harmony Project, I think is also a real positive. And so this is a good move on our part.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Great.
All right. If there are no additional comments, I move to approve Resolution 96121.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 96121 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution number 96221. Resolution authorizing appropriation adjustments for the county's wellness incentive and public transportation benefit programs, termination payouts, workers' compensation expenses, and to offset budgeted vacancy reductions.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget. This is the annual resolution presented by the Office of Management and Budget following a review of agency payroll obligations to ensure that agencies can meet payroll at the end of the year. This year's resolution within the general fund includes appropriation adjustments for 8 agency boards and courts, totaling $11.2 million, all of which can be absorbed within current appropriation levels. There are 12 non-general funds that require additional appropriations, totaling $4.3 million. Approximately $3.5 million can be absorbed, while approximately $800,000 will require supplemental appropriations. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
I'll move approval of Resolution 96221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 96221 has been adopted. Resolution number 96321. Resolution authorizing the agreements between Franklin County and the Public Safety Answering Points for the disbursement of wireless 911 government assistance funds.
Commissioners, on November 16th of this year, the 911 Planning Committee met to authorize the distribution of wireless 911 funds to the 4 public safety answering points for calendar year 2022. This is the City of Columbus, the City of Dublin, the City of Grove City, and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, as well as authorizing an additional distribution to the City of Westerville in 2021. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 96321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 96321 has been adopted. Resolution number 96421. Resolution authorizing an application to the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas for employment of Bricker and Eckler to perform services associated with arbitrage, rebate, and yield restriction compliance, and to serve as bond counsel and provide advice in public finance and economic development matters as needed during 2022.
Commissioners, this resolution is the first of a 2-step process in allowing for outside legal services. The Office of Management and Budget has worked with Janine Hummer in the Prosecuting Attorney's Office. So this would allow for the employment of Bricker Eckler in calendar year 2022. After approval of the court order, a subsequent resolution will be submitted in January for approval of the contract. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no questions, I move to approve Resolution 96421.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 96421 has been adopted. Resolution number 96521. Resolution authorizing an application to the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas for employment of Frost Brown Todd to serve as bond counsel and provide advice in public finance matters during 2022.
Similar to the last resolution, this is the first of the 2-step process, in this case for the employment of Frost Brown Todd. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no questions, I move to approve Resolution 96521.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 96521 has been adopted. Resolution number 96621. Resolution authorizing an application to the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas for employment of Ice Miller to serve as legal counsel regarding labor relation matters during the calendar year 2022.
Similar to the last two resolutions, this is for the employment of Vice Miller in 2022 for the provision of additional legal services. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
No comments or questions. I move to approve Resolution 96621.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting, Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 96621 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention. Resolution number 96721. A resolution approving the issuance of Michigan Finance Authority hospital revenue and refunding bonds, Trinity Health Credit Group, in one or more series in an original aggregate principal amount not to exceed $405 million.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is Erin Sutton with Dinsmore and Shaw, and we're serving as local counsel on this transaction. This public hearing and approving resolution is required under Section 147F of the Federal Tax Code, and notice of this public hearing was published in the Columbus Dispatch on November 22nd, 2021. This resolution gives your approval as the applicable elected representative of Franklin County, the proposed issuance by the Michigan Finance Authority of up to $405 million in a multi-state issuance of revenue bonds for the benefit of Trinity Health Corporation and its nonprofit affiliates, including Mount Carmel Health System here in Ohio. It's estimated that up to $65 million of the bond proceeds would be spent in Franklin County, including reimbursement for money spent by Mount Carmel on recent capital expenditures at Grove City, the new Reynoldsburg ER, and the Mount Carmel East Modernization Project, which included tower and infrastructure upgrades. It's important to note that these revenue bonds will not be debt or general obligations of Franklin County and will be secured solely by the properties and revenues of the health system. The county has no liability for the repayment of debt service on these bonds. The County Hospital Commission of Franklin County reviewed the bond issuance details at its last regular meeting on November 17th and have recommended it for approval. I'm happy to take any questions you may have about the bond issuance details. And Kim Hodgkinson, the CFO of Mount Carmel, is also here with us, and she can answer any questions you may have about the projects financed with the bonds. Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, I move to approve Resolution 96721.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting, Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 96721 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great, that concludes our regular agenda. Are there any generalizations?
No, Commissioner.
Okay, are there any questions from members of the media?
Mark's no longer with us.
No, but I think there was somebody waiting around for, she gone? She not, okay, okay. So that concludes our meeting. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy holidays.